Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing you that light whenever there are shadows. In this pick a card tarot reading, we are going to look at tons of information about your twin flame. So we're going to look at their personality. We're going to look at like why you came together, what did you learn from each other. We're also of course going to tap into the future of your relationship, and lastly, we'll get one final message from your twin flame to you that they want to pass on to you that perhaps they're kind of not in the best position to say to you personally, but they wanted to transfer this message to you and relay this message to you on an energetic and emotional level. So take a look at these doors here. Each door is going to lead us into the pathway, into that space to get this information about your twin flame. So I will see you at your reading, loves. Hey there, Star Fam. For those of you that were drawn to this first door here, I see that the room looks a little bit worse for wear here. So I'm very curious to see what your twin flame reading is going to be all about. So let's see what it says on the back. Walkabout. You discover your path in sacred walkabout. The trees are your people. The earth is your tribe. In indigenous lessons, you find the will to survive. Interesting. So very interesting. So what I'm getting so far, just on the get-go, I feel like we're going to get more information as we go along on the reading to help flesh this idea out. But it seems to me that this person, this twin flame, really came into your life to sort of spark your desire for life, your passion for life, to really help remind you of who you are, why you're here, what is it that you want to achieve in life, what is it you're actually trying to do, what are you trying to make of your life. Wow, this is like really powerful soul searching, soul finding energy is what I'm getting here. And for what I'm also getting is before you met your twin flame, or before you will meet your twin flame, for those of you that have not yet come into union, things are going to be really difficult, or they were really difficult for you. So let's get some information here on their personality. Let's start there, okay? And for those of you that met your twin flame already, then these are the highlights of their personality. It's important things that you need to make note of them. So let's see what we got first out. We have ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. And so what I'm getting here is with the personality of your twin flame, they've been through some things as well, right? Like maybe their journey has been a bit rough, just like this room has, and they are growing beyond their circumstances. And that's also what they're bringing into your life as well. I get the sense that you are inspiring each other through the trials and tribulations that you've both experienced. And what I'm getting here is none of you are really, in a victim role. You're in a very solution focused, solution oriented mindset. So your twin flame is not someone that likes to dwell too much on problems. Your twin flame is more interested in taking action. Boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues. Yes, so this I think kind of really supports that first card here, that your twin flame is not the type of person that's just going to sit on their butt and wait for things to happen. Your twin flame is a person of action. They don't tend to fall into the victim mindset. And they really like to take charge and take control of as much things and as much elements of their life as they can. I'm also sensing that they may even, they may be quick to anger, but they're also quick to move on. Like they don't hold on to anger or grudges very much. Paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. So what I'm getting here is your twin flame also likes to have fun and play and get creative. And, as a matter of fact, that's how they solve problems, and that's how they look at things in life, is through play. That's how they learn, that's how they gather information. And two cards actually fell off from the deck here. So we're going to go ahead and honor that because Spirit wants these two cards to come out, even though I originally intended to just be four. So we have wedding rings. Oh my gosh, how interesting is that? Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. And so what I'm getting here is you are either maybe married to your twin flame, or you will be marrying them. So this is a relationship that's going to last for quite some time, if not your entire lifetime. And that's kind of what they're looking for as well, your twin flame, is they're looking for a long-lasting, persistent relationship. Next, we have mask. Not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. So what I'm getting here for your twin flame is they have a lot of facets to their personality here. And not everyone gets to see every side of their personality. So in maybe the work setting, they show certain sides of themselves to their coworkers, but at home, they show other sides of themselves. And so no one area of their life truly gets to know all facets of their personality, which, at times it actually makes them very intriguing, very interesting, because you always want to know more about them because you never feel like you have the full picture. Now, I also sense that it can drive several of you crazy because sometimes you don't even know what's on this person's mind, what they're thinking, what they're going to do next. A little bit of unpredictability is in their nature. And I'm getting the sense that perhaps that is where some of the conflict comes from with your twin flame. Again, whether you're already in relationship with them, or if you're in separation with them, or have yet to meet them, okay? Very, very interesting, your twin flame's personality. So they're definitely go-getters, and they are people that love to play and have fun. But they can also actually be very private people, and I think people in their life get that a little bit confused because they're so playful and so outgoing. It's hard for people to imagine that they're not seeing the full side, all aspects of this person. And now let's take a look about why you're coming together, what you're learning from each other, because that's what twin flames really do. That's the wondrous things that they bring into our life, is they help us learn more about ourselves, learn more about what we're about, what we believe in, what we hold dear. So let's see why you come together and what you have to learn from each other. So runner, escape from emotion and confusion, on the run. So what I'm sensing here is that they really, because they're solution oriented and solution focused, they see that sometimes you may be one of those people that try to put things off and maybe have challenges having difficult conversations. Maybe you prefer the peace, right? Like this paradise card, maybe you prefer to keep the peace and you're not one for confrontation. And so they really, they challenge that within you. They don't let things slide and they don't, brush things off. They really want to move forward and address things. Sacred space, altar, prayer, candles, commune with your own divinity. And with this card here, what I'm getting about you and your twin flame is you coming together because there are certain parts of your personalities that at times seem to be in conflict. It really forces you to connect with yourself once again and really challenges your belief systems. Why do you believe the things that you do? And is there room for change in those beliefs? Or perhaps your interactions actually strengthen your belief systems and affirm them for you. And that's what I'm seeing here with this sacred space. So that's what you're learning from each other, is what do you really believe and hold dear? lessons. How appropriate. We were just asking what kind of things, what kind of lessons your twin flame is here to show you. So let's see. Knowledge, understanding. Look for the lesson in this situation. So with this, anytime the two of you are in conflict or in disagreement, it's really a great opportunity for you to learn from each other and get an understanding from each other. And from that understanding, you guys can actually build compassion and patience for people that are different from you, for people that have different opinions on things, right? Different ways of doing things. And so it's really taking you, just like most twin flames do, on that deeper self journey, that self discovery journey about who you really are. Creativity, inspiration, productivity, creation, bring out the greatness within. So this kind of goes with this playfulness. Like they love creating things, they love problem solving, they love thinking of new ways. The word that's coming to mind is like innovation. So think of Aquarius even. Aquarius is the revolutionary, the innovator, the future, the futurist kind of energy. And so that is what your twin flame is here to teach you is how do you get creative? How do you solve your problems in a way that helps you feel relief, but also helps you feel empowered, right? And I love this, bring out the greatness within. And that's what challenges do in our life, is they bring out the best in us. You know, they challenge us to look beyond the situation and step outside of our comfort zones and push us to do better, be better, evolve. And to me personally, that's what I find a twin flame journey is really all about. And I get the sense here that you're also building up this strength to face your challenges in life by interacting with your twin flame. There's a boost up, if you will, of the bravery and the courage that you have to take on any and all of life's challenges. Wow, that is pretty awesome. So let's see a little bit about the future of your relationship here with your, oh, okay, with your twin flame. Lovers card is the one that jumped out. I love that. I love the lovers. That I think really reflects and reinforces this wedding ring energy right here. Those two go together. Here, let me put this back. I guess I shouldn't have pulled that out, huh, guys? Let's shuffle, shuffle, shuffle some more. And see, what is the future of your relationship together with your twin flame? For those of you that chose doorway number 1, tell us about the future of this relationship with your twin flame. So this jumped out here, the Knight of Cups. And why don't we just get them all out here and see the big picture? So we have the Moon card next. Wow, the Emperor. We have 3 major arcana already. Dang. And the Ace or the One of Cups chalices. Oh, geez. This is some powerful stuff. So we've got a lot of cups energy. So this is a very strong emotional bond that you have with your twin flame. I mean, a lot of them are really strong emotionally in general, but this, I sense there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love and desiring the best for each other. Yeah, that's a better way to put it, because I'm looking here at the Emperor. And with the Emperor, I'm getting this energy that, you know, you really want to protect each other. You want to help each other grow. You want to help each other achieve success and stability. And both of you really desire order in your life. And I feel like that's why there's this strong drive to problem solve. And by problem solving, what you're actually both doing is creating order and regaining order and control in life. And that's what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing with the Moon card, this seems to be pairing up with the Mask card over here. Again, things don't always seem as they appear when it comes to this relationship. And sometimes, because things don't always seem as they appear, it's almost like it creates this opening for doubt, worry, fear, anxiety in the relationship. But really, at the crux of it all, at the core of it all, you really do love each other. And that's one of the things that's important not to doubt or misinterpret or misread about your relationship. Again, this is a lot of love here with this Knight of Cups and this Ace of Cups. Um, this is about a new level of emotional maturity that both of you gain from being together. This higher level of compassion, love, and understanding, which is like, wonderful ingredients to have when it comes to a relationship. And this night is letting me know that the love that you have for each other supersedes and goes above and beyond any love or lovers that you've had in the past. That's the depth. So lots and lots of love energy from this reading. And now let's get this final special message directly from your twin flame. Let's see something that they want to tell you that maybe they're actually afraid to say, if you already know them anyway. But if you haven't yet come into union or met your twin flame, this is a message they want you to hear, that they're transmitting to you right now as they, prepare to come into your life. So let's see what we got here from them. Soulmate. Oh, this is everything. This situation is related to your soulmate, the person who connects with you at your soul level. Soulmates are not only for romantic relationships. This soulmate is given to you for you to meet and to work within this lifetime to grow spiritually together. So, in the context of this reading, I would say this is definitely a romantic connection, but it's also that very deep friendship connection, that soul connection. And the drive here with you all overcoming and solving all these problems and challenges in your life, maintaining order, building up a life together. What I'm getting is that's that agreement that you both had before coming into this lifetime about growing spiritually together and helping each other's consciousness and essence really expand. Wow, that's so beautiful. So if you enjoyed your reading and this resonated with you at all, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, give it a like button. And if you enjoy the vibes of this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel, Transform with Ryan, and turn the notifications on. And of course, click on this link right here to go to your next reading. So until then, have a beautiful day, loves. Mwah. Hey, Soul Fam! For those of you that were drawn to this second doorway here that's surrounded by all this beautiful greenery, let's see what you need to know about your twin flame. And then we're going to look at their personality, why you guys come together, the future of your relationship, and then, of course, a final special message from them to you. So, nomad. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Whoa. So what I'm getting from your soulmate is that they are, or soulmate, excuse me, your twin flame. Sorry if I said soulmate earlier. I guess they could be your soulmate too, right? So what I'm getting from your twin flame here is they are a world traveler. They're very culturally knowledgeable. And they really enjoy learning about the differences in culture, society, ways of doing things, ways of living. That's a big component of their personality. And because they have this knowledge and this openness to things that are different from them, they have a lot to teach and a lot to offer in the way of knowledge, but also compassion, understanding, patience. And they may, very well literally be a nomad. Like so many people in this day and age, they have that digital nomad lifestyle where they can work from home and they can work from anywhere in the world, as long as they have their laptop and Wi-Fi connection or good internet service. So let's see more about their personality here, okay? We have boat. I'm gonna flip them all. Let's just see what they all say. Get an overall energy here. Grim Reaper. Interesting. Paradise. Okay. Twin flames. Oh my goodness. How appropriate is that a twin flame card came out during a twin flame reading? So that's totally a confirmation on this. I'm getting the sense that many of you when you came to this reading, you already knew who this person was. You already had a sense of them. So majority of you came into union with this person already. And so this is just a confirmation that, yep, this person is your twin flame. And addiction. Okay, so let's take a look here. So what I'm seeing about the personality here is that there was actually some significant trauma in their life, most likely from childhood, but it could be trauma from a relationship, a romantic relationship that didn't go well before you met each other. Maybe I'm also getting this energy actually from spirit that there's some issue with one of their parents, that for whatever reason, they don't really see eye to eye if they have a relationship at all. So we have some strong energies here that I want to pull from these two. Actually, these two are really, really speaking loudly to me on an energetic level. So addiction, it says codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. And you see this chain here next to this heart. And we have Grim Reaper. It says the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. So with this in combination, what I'm getting is, again, there was a past relationship with this person, this twin flame that they had in their life where there was codependency there. There was this energy of control and restraint in their life, and it really did a number on them, and they didn't like it. I mean, I don't know many people who really enjoy control, restraint, and codependency, at least on a conscious level, right? Some people get into those unconsciously, those kind of relationships, but they really did not like it. And what I'm getting here is they really haven't forgiven that person for what went down with them in the past. Like, it's really hard for them to move on and get past it. So right here, with the boat, it says moving on, closure issues. That's what they are experiencing. Their personality is one which, what I'm getting here is like they can really hold a grudge. Like if you cross them or you hurt them in any way, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to gain their trust again, to gain their forgiveness. Like, they don't play around with that. They trust and they're open and they give you space and a lot of leeway in the beginning. But once that trust is broken, y'all, it's like game over. They will cut all ties with you. They will not want anything to do with you anymore. And I think part of it is because, again, the trauma that they've experienced, they just don't want to relive any of that, right? They just want to nip it in the bud, get rid of it right away. And looking at this Paradise card is, honestly, you might not think about that at first when you meet them, because they're actually very playful, very happy and joyful. That's how they come off. But really, deep down, if they don't feel that happiness, that playfulness, that joy with you anymore, it's like dunzo. They're dunzo. And so I think this is what a lot of people tend to see of them who don't know them that well. But those very, very close friends, maybe perhaps you, if you're in relationship with them, you know about this energy here with the addiction, the Grim Reaper, and the boat. You're very aware of that. And that's information that they only share with people that they truly, truly trust. Because what I get here is that trust has been broken. And that's part of this nomadic energy here. If they're not like literally a nomad moving place to place, they don't stay and linger somewhere for too long, because they're always on the lookout for any signs of unhealthy relationship behavior patterns, and then if that's it, they bolt. They don't hang around and try to figure things out. Like, they're not about that. They see a red flag and they call it. Very, very interesting. So let's see, why do you two come together? What do you have to teach each other and learn from each other with this relationship? So we have material world, money, career, status, Third dimension, make your mark. Free will, choices, decisions, contact, inaction. Action cannot be forced. Appreciate, your twin appreciates you. See the blessings. Practice appreciation. Wow, so that's interesting. It comes here connected with that twin flame cards, yeah? And we have separation, no contact, 5D, dreams, nightmares. Focus on your own happiness. Ah, interesting. Okay, so what I'm sensing from this next layer, this next combination of cards here on why you come together, what you learn, is, this person had a lot of people that were not very reliable, people that they couldn't count on or depend on in their past. But with you, they see something different. They see that you're here for them, that you have their back. And that's what this appreciate is all about. They appreciate your presence in your life. They appreciate that you know who they are and you respect them for who they are, and you're not someone to abuse, misuse, or abandon them. And what I'm getting here on this with the separation card is a twofold. So again, it's that cutting off of people who they feel are hurting them or have hurt them. There's really not a lot of room here for forgiveness and release. At least not in the sense of like, okay, I forgive you, I'll continue to interact with you, I won't hold it against you. It's not so much that type of energy. It's more like a, you did wrong, I'm cutting you out of my life. We are not going to have contact ever again. So that kind of, finality to it when it comes to your twin flame. And what I'm seeing here, so that's the separation part. Now, if you look at the bottom here, when it's talking about focus on your own happiness, dreams, make your mark, money, career, status. So what I'm seeing here, what you have to learn from each other is all about manifestation and creating your own destiny, that you are not a victim to your circumstances. In fact, you rise up above your circumstances. You experience success despite whatever cards you were dealt that put you at a disadvantage, in life, early on in life. And so it's, when this trust is broken with caregivers or people that you trust with your heart and your well-being, when that trust is broken, yes, it's difficult at first. It's very painful. But after that phase comes this rebuilding phase here, where it's like the pain and the hurt don't last forever. The destruction doesn't last forever. There is a phase of rebuilding, of creation, of moving up, right? And that's what this energy is about. What you're here to learn from each other is, yeah, things can suck at different points in our life, but we can always rise above it. We can always be better, do better. And so that's what I'm sensing here. That's really, really beautiful, this sort of like life lesson. Now let's look at the future of your relationship with your twin flame here. Let's see what the future may hold as a possibility for how your relationship will progress, maybe how your relationship will evolve. So let's get some of that information, yes? Okay, so wow. The first card that came out here is Justice. I would say that's pretty appropriate for what we were talking about before, that, justice will come around and make sure everything is back in order and balance is restored. And so for those of you that experience a lot of difficulties early on in life, there's this opportunity to become more successful, more a smoother life later on. A lot of times it's sort of working really hard in the beginning, that kind of mentality, and then reaping the rewards afterward. And so here there was a lot of growth and a lot of lessons that had to be learned early on in life. And now, because those lessons have been learned, now is the time to focus on abundance and success and achieving whatever it is that you wanted to achieve. And so that's for both of you, that both of you will have this kind of justice coming into your life, that, you know, as you spend time and support each other, then that support will manifest in ways that are going to continue to support and bring abundance into your lives. Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fate, Nine of Coins, beautiful, beautiful, I like that. Nine of Swords, interesting, interesting. Okay, what do we got going on here? What do we got going on here? So you definitely both will have a new beginning in your lives when it comes to the future of your relationship. There's a new way to sort of look at the world, understand how the world works and your place in it and how you can overcome things. And there's a lot of opportunity for stability here, especially financial stability. So we have this material world, so this mastery of the material world here. And that is evidence here in the Nine of Coins. So what I'm getting here is, you know, the future of your relationship is very stable. It's rooted in a very strong foundation. But there is this space here between this Ace of Swords and this Nine of Swords where you still have the opportunity to be triggered. Or I guess maybe opportunity isn't really the best way to convey it. You sort of have this predisposition, this risk factor of falling into anxiety and worry and fear. Why? Why, you ask? Because again, remember we were talking about forgiveness earlier on. Your twin flame is not the type that really forgives, forgets. No, it's like, you screwed up, I'm out of here, or you're out of here, get out, no contact. This is not, we're not moving forward again. So there's that kind of energy here, and not really a resolution of those emotions and those energies and those thought patterns and belief systems. And so they can pop up in unexpected ways, but also at times when there's a lot of stress. Like, there are triggers. That's what this is talking about. There are triggers. And here, what's important is sort of like a piece of wisdom for the future of your relationship is to go back and heal and start new, start fresh. The Swords is all about the mind, and the mind has our memories. And so it's about reframing these memories, starting anew, refresh, restart. And so that's going to be very key for the future of your relationship is releasing those chains that bind you to the past and past hurts and pain. So let's see what message they want to pass on to you. So what does your twin flame want to say to you now, but perhaps they're not able to? What do they want to say to you now? Okay, let's see what we got here. Wish. The divine heard your wish. It will come true. You have the divine's attention. Now is the time to make a wish. Make a list of your wishes and let the divine work for you. So I would say this kind of goes back to the notion that you are not a victim or held bound to the circumstances of your past. You can always change your fortunes around for the better. So make that wish. Spirit is always listening. Spirit is always willing to help make that wish come true. So if you enjoyed this reading, if anything resonated with you, please, I would appreciate if you hit that like button and of course subscribe to this channel so you can enjoy readings as soon as they are released. And if you are ready for your next reading, go ahead and click this button right up here, loves. Until next time, see you later. Sending you so much love and light. Mwah. Hello there, Star Fam. For those of you that were drawn to this third door here, this beautiful blue door, let's get your reading started about your twin flame. So It says here, the art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. So, your twin flame already is striking me as one of those people that is all about being their authentic self. Like, they don't really care what other people think of them. Maybe they come off as a bit of a weirdo. Maybe they're even considered an outcast, right? And they don't really care. They're all about letting that authentic light shine, being true to themselves. A lot of people feel probably really triggered or challenged by your twin flame, right? Because they're just so not the typical person, if you will. And sometimes I'm sensing that it makes you a bit uncomfortable because you are worried about what other people are going to think, right? Of them, of you together. And that's for those of you that already have met your twin flame. But for those of you that haven't, just so you know, your twin flame is not one to sort of cower and hide who they really are, hide their opinions, and change who they are just to make society comfortable around them. You know, they're courageous in that way. So let's find out more about your twin flame's personality here. We have clock. We have self-indulgence. Wedding rings. Addiction. Interesting, interesting. Love call. Wow. So interesting how I love it how all of the readings have this different flavor and this different energy to each one of them. So, what I'm seeing here, my loves, is that first and foremost, I think that's kind of calling out to me right now is this addiction and self indulgence. The energies in these two cards are kind of strong here. So, what I'm getting again is your twin flame, they really don't care what other people think. And so, maybe they are smokers, maybe they drink a lot of alcohol, maybe they've used drugs or do use drugs, or maybe they have an addiction to sweets, an addiction to gambling, right? Those kinds of things. They can have an addictive personality, and they really don't care about what other people think about it. And they're not in the market to appease other people. It's like, well, I'm a smoker, and I don't want to hear you telling me about the cons of smoking and why I shouldn't smoke anymore. This is who I am. Accept it, or don't hang out with me then. And that's what I get here. And when it comes to self-indulgence, that's part of this personality trait where, if they want it, they'll go for it. If they enjoy it, they'll continue to enjoy it. And, with self-indulgence, sometimes it takes on this negative connotation. But what this really is speaking to me of more accurately is, again, that authenticity. They're being true to their wants and their desires. If something makes them feel good, then they'll continue to do it. They don't carry a lot of shame around who they are. And that's a wonderful that's a wonderful trait to have in certain contexts, right? As long as it's not harming you or harming others with the types of activities that you're engaging in. But that may be, an extreme case as far as their personality goes. But in general, just know that they are that type of person that stays true to themselves. And what do we have here? Takes time. Cycles, time to heal, progress, need time. So what I'm getting is this person isn't really one of the people that gets rushed into doing things. I feel like this person, actually, the vibe that I was getting with your twin flame is that they have like a really chill attitude. They're not very high strung kind of personality. Yeah, they don't get riled up super easily, actually. And I think that's all for that part. Of course, We have wedding rings here. So definitely a very, very strong romantic connection with your twin flame. Not all twin flames actually end up marrying and committing to each other for life. Sometimes it's just a relationship that has a profound effect on you and maybe comes in and out of your life, or maybe it leaves a big impression on your life for several years and then you separate, right? Whatever. But this twin flame is definitely someone that is a long term commitment relationship that you're going to have. So that's beautiful. That's interesting, right? So someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So I would say this card definitely goes back to their personality trait of, they're going to be who they are. They're not going to be ashamed of it. So they're not that person that, second guesses, oh, should I text you? Should I not? Should I ask you to do this with me? Should I not? Am I going to sound jealous or obsessive if I say this? So should I not say it? No, they're going to let you know straight up what's on their mind, what they're about. They don't play around. They don't, play games when it comes to communication. It's very much, I get like hard on their sleeve kind of energy, if you know what I mean, right? They don't see the point in hiding anything from people. They value honesty. There you go. They value honesty. They value truth in themselves and in other people. So they don't play these games of deceit, of lies, and, secrecy. They don't play that. Not at all. They don't play that game. So let's see why you come together, like what you have to learn from each other here in this relationship with your twin flame. I feel like there's something very juicy and very interesting that we're going to find out with this next set of cards. So, first out we have beliefs, singular or clashing beliefs. Belief systems can bring you together or keep you apart. Interesting. Before I draw the next couple of cards, let's just touch on this. So, remember how I was saying earlier that you might be a little bit self-conscious about them because they're very unapologetic in their behavior. That's this card right here. So there are sometimes you think discretion and, keeping silent or holding your tongue is the best way to go. And your twin flame is like, nope, that's not who I am. I'm not that person. So if I see something is wrong, I'm going to say something. And so that can be a point of disagreement between you two. But I think if you learn from each other, which is what twin flames are great for, is they're great for learning more about yourself, then you both can actually come closer together, right? Maybe, for example, your twin flame from you will learn how to be more tactful and know when it's appropriate to say things, or a more receptive way for them to express their opinions where it won't upset people, right? And create more conflict and drama. And from them, you will have the opportunity to learn to stand up for yourself and speak your mind and not feel like you have to apologize for every little thing that you believe or do, and have a lot of ownership for who you are and feel very empowered with the person that you are. Masculine, your divine masculine, your twin or soulmate seeking you. So yeah, this person, again, even though their energy can be kind of chill overall, what I'm getting is that they have the capacity to take action when they have that motivation, when they have that passion and that drive. When something they really, really care about, they will take action. They will not come off as, lazy. Loss of self and identity. Discover your true self again. Cycles, momentum, force, life cycles. Stay grounded in the now. Those last two. These two are kind of interesting. So let me share with what sort of came to my awareness first when it came to this card of loss. So when we were talking a little bit about addictions, the thing with addictions is that it can serve as an escape mechanism for a lot of us when there are things that we are uncomfortable with facing or uncomfortable with dealing with in that moment, right? or things that just feel kind of too painful. The addiction comes in to sort of help soothe those energies. And at those times, we can lose our sense of self, right? Especially if, drugs and alcohol and gambling can be some of the addictions that your twin flame may be facing, right? And so there could literally be loss of self and identity, right? When you're under the influence of certain substances, you lose your sense of self. And also, what can come of that, best case scenario, is you can really discover who you are. So it could be that they are recovering, right? Like I mentioned earlier, maybe they had a past of addiction and now they're recovering, or they're sober, right? And that was their journey in this lifetime to discovering themselves again. And so they've learned a lot about themselves and others through that journey. And that's what you can learn from them is this loss of who you are and coming back to self, right? Cycles, momentum, force, life cycles. Stay grounded in the now. That's where your twin flame really lives. What I'm getting here is that perhaps for you, maybe out of the two of you, you are the one that maybe comes off as more of the worrywart. Maybe the one that has a little bit more stress, a little bit more anxiety, a little bit more worry. That could be your personality type here. And so they're the opposite of that. They're a little bit more grounded because they move a little bit more slower. They're not really in a rush, and they've overcome some of these things in the past, hopefully. And that's kind of what they help you with. Okay? Interesting. Okay, so let's look at the future of your relationship with your twin flame. Let's see what the future holds for the two of you. Again, whether you're in union right now, you're separated, or you have yet to meet each other. Let's kind of get some information about that. I feel like this deck is asking me to do a proper playing card shuffle there. Yeah, that felt really nice. Okay, so let's see. 9 of Wands. Emperor. King of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful. Lovers. Oh, we got a little confirmation there with the wedding rings. Okay. And Queen of Wands. Okay, so interesting. So what I'm seeing here with this pattern is we have this Emperor and the King of Cups here with the masculine. So definitely your twin flame carries a lot of divine masculine energy within them. What I'm getting here to pass on is that they can actually feel a little bit controlling and domineering at times. And really it's because they value structure and order in life, because they've seen what it's like when you overindulge, when you have addictions and you feed these addictions without concern for consequences. So because of that, this is how they are now. That's kind of how they've evolved and learned. It's like they value the role that structure and order has in life. But because we have the King of Cups here, they understand it on an emotional level. So they're not one to come off as very cold and uncaring. Quite the opposite, actually. Even though they value structure and order, they're not that sort of disciplinarian, know-it-all kind of type. They really come from a more compassionate nature and really wanting for the well-being of others and for peace and joy and love. They channel those energies in their actions for creating order. And so let me explain to contrast that. If this were the King of Swords is very intellectual and can come off kind of cold-hearted, right? As they create order and structure. They can maybe seem like a dictator in a way, right? But with the King of Cups here, it's through understanding and empathy and sympathy. That's how they lead. That's how they create order and structure in life. Beautiful, very beautiful. And Queen of Wands energy. So, because what I'm sensing here is that your twin flame has more of that masculine energy. And again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female as far as your sex goes. We're talking about spiritual masculinity versus spiritual femininity, okay? What I'm sensing with this Queen of Wands is that this actually represents you, okay? Your energy. You carry more of that divine feminine energy when it comes to the relationship the two of you have. And so, what this speaks of to me about your relationship is the Queen of Wands is very passionate. And I feel that that's what's coming through in the relationship you have with this person. Because remember, I was sensing that this person, your twin flame, is very outspoken, right? And you are a little bit more soft spoken out of the two of you. But this is now you know how to communicate your ideas with a level of expertise and charisma to get your point across and have it be received quite nicely without offending a lot of people or creating discord and conflict and fights and disputes. You know, you don't really bring the drama here. And you're very good at communicating things in a very convincing manner where you gain allies. You kind of what is the word? Bring people over to your side of the opposing views, right? You really know how to attract others to see your line of thinking. Nice, nice. Um, Now, with this Nine of Wands energy here, what I'm sensing is that at times the energy between the two of you can be very tiresome. um, that sometimes it may feel like you're just not connecting, like you're not meeting each other in the same space. Like it's almost like you're both having different conversations entirely. And so that can come off very tiresome and very, whatchamacallit, exhausting. And you're just like, oh, I'm just done with it. So let's pull another card for you and let's see if spirit can give us a remedy or a solution and like a what to do when you're kind of fed up with each other. Oh, okay, so this card actually flipped out. This is beautiful. It's the Nine of Cups. And what this card tells me is a couple of things, okay? Remember, you guys are a divine union. So always come back to love. Even when you guys are almost fed up with each other, just come back to love. Come back to remembering why you are together in the first place, right? So connect with that sort of origin of your love story and your connection. So that's one layer of this Nine of Cups. And the second layer of this is to move around. So you see this beautiful person is dancing here, doing some ballet. And so whenever you feel exhausted or you feel fed up or you're like kind of annoyed and irritated with each other, just move. Go for a run, dance, go work in the garden, go for a walk, go play sports, go play a game. You know, just get some kind of movement in there and release any tension and difficult energies that you carry with you, okay, because of this disagreement. And then you can probably reconnect again and come together. So let's get a message now. Let's get a message that your twin flame wants to communicate with you right now at this time of reading, but perhaps they're not able to exactly communicate that just yet. So we're going to channel that message, something deep and heartfelt from them that they want to share with you now. Be optimistic. Maintain hope and change your negative thoughts or habits to an absolutely positive perspective. If you struggle with negativity, ask the divine to help you let it go. Remind yourself to stay positive and never give up. Ah, That's wonderful. It kind of reminds me of what we're talking about here with the belief systems about maybe how you're a little bit more on the timid side and because you're afraid of the repercussions of your actions or whatever you're going to say. So just be positive. You know, if you're coming from the heart, then it's really going to serve the highest and greatest good of all. So if you enjoyed your reading, if you resonated, make sure to hit that thumbs up sign, my dears. I'm so happy to have been able to share this information about your twin flame with you today. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn the notifications on so you're notified when a new video drops. And to go to your next reading, go ahead and click on this little icon right there. See you later. Mwah.